Hi, good evening, all friends. Today, I would just take you through a quick highlights of the placement preparation program session 3, that was group discussion, some important points and practical tips. First of all, the do's of the group discussions. We have to be really very audible as well as clear. Audible doesn't mean we have to shout, but we have to be clear and audible to all the participants. The language that we are using should be very much formal, and the vocabulary should be official one. We should not be using slangs like yaar and all. Okay, the attire or the dress that we are wearing, it should be highly formal, like we are preparing ourselves as in the personal interviews. In terms of body contact, eye contact is very important. Ensure to make proper eye contact with anyone and everyone you are talking to, and whenever you are speaking, please pay proper attention to all the participants. Whenever you are listening, you need to pay attention to all the participants who are making good points. Whenever you find that some of the participants are making some good points, they are giving some good opinions, we should definitely acknowledge their points. We should ensure that we appreciate their points, because listening skills, as we already discussed in the previous session, are very important. Whenever we need to disagree with any of the points or comments made, we need to do it very politely. We have to ensure that we don't take it in a rude sense, or might be in a manner which might not be considered very polite. So whenever you want to disagree, but disagree politely. We have to ensure that we maintain a confident and firm posture. Our body language is very important as far as group discussion is concerned. Whenever you are talking, try to address the group, not to one individual or might be the moderator. We need to address the entire group. And whenever we start speaking, it will be a very good thing if we can try to connect with the previous speaker. If we can take on from where the previous speaker has left, it gives us a very good entry and a continuity in the talk. Again, regarding content, the content that we speak of there should be something relevant to the topic, and it should have some good facts and figures and with relevant general knowledge. Whenever we are talking, we need to use facts and figures to support our statements. Okay, and as we discussed in the previous session, please try to show your leadership skills. Leadership skill means we need to take people along, we need to listen, we need to speak, we need to allow others to speak, we need to make conclusions, and we need to summarize. So ensure that these qualities come up whenever you are participating in a group discussion. One of the important tips is you can start your group discussion might be with a quote, a definition very relevant to the title, or might be a short story even. These things will give you a very good entry, and it will help you make a mark when you are starting your group discussions. Some things that you should never do in your group discussion. Okay, the first one is never ever abuse, shout, be arrogant, or get angry in a group discussion. Never get into an argument also. This is very important, because many times we tend to lose our temper, and might be we start abusing, we start shouting, we get arrogant, we start arguing or get into an argument. Okay, so these are where the group discussion turns into a debate. Ensure that you never do any of these. Again, pointing fingers, thumping the table, keeping your legs crossed, all these things are very important. Never do these things. Group discussion is not about how much you are speaking, it's very much about the quality and the content of what you speak. So never ever think that speaking too much will go in your favor. Speak less and speak precise. In a pursuit to speak more and more, many times we tend to self-contradict our opinion. Initially we start with A and then we finally end up with B. Never do that. That will eliminate all your chances of getting through. Sometimes it happens that when a group discussion is going on very actively, we do not get a chance to make an entry and put our point. Never ever give up, and try to make multiple entries and put your point through, because if you don't speak, you are doomed and you will never get a chance to get into the next rounds. Okay, never ever try to dominate the group discussion, because we are not into a debate. We are not trying to we are trying to convince someone. We are not trying to threaten or make them feel that no, whatever we are saying is correct. We need to put our point in the most appropriate and apt manner. Don't interrupt people when they are putting a valid and genuine point. This gives you negative marking in a group discussion, because your listening skills are very important. Don't just interrupt someone when he or she is making a very good point. Many people tend to get emotional because they take things on a personal note when we are into a group discussion. Never ever get emotional in a group discussion. Be practical, put your points, that's it. Many people tend to crack jokes and might be make people laugh at each and every occasion. Don't turn yourself into a clown. This will never work in your favor. Many people tend to again draw too much on their personal experiences. It happened to me, I did like this, it happened to me, I did like that. No, this will again create a bad impression of yours in front of the moderators as well as the group, that he is a person who is totally self-centered might be. So never ever try to draw too much on your personal experiences or might be your anecdotes. Whenever you are talking, as we already discussed, look at each and every person, look at all the members of the group. Never look at one person, keep staring at one person. Okay, and again, as I said, you should try to support your group discussion with important and genuine facts and figures. Never fake out data or try to put in false or wrong information, because if you are caught, you will be in a very bad state. Okay, some things that we need to do, some homework that we have to do as far as a group discussion is concerned. Try to read newspapers and magazines regularly, which will improve your group general knowledge as well as your current affairs. Improve your communication skills. All these things will help you to improve your group discussion skills. Once you are aware of all these things, try to participate in mock group discussions. Okay, and stay aware of the recent group discussion topics, the current topics that are there on which group discussions generally happen. Also, for a practical understanding, practical knowledge, try to watch group discussion videos. Many of them are available on the YouTube. It's free to access. Go through them. It will give you a very good idea of what a group discussion is, what all are the things you need to take care of. Okay, just two instances that I would like to mention at the end. The person who starts the group discussion can be called an initiator. The first impression is the best impression. If you are actually really confident enough, you can try to be an initiator. Show appropriate confidence when you are starting the talk. What you need to do is you need to explain first the topic, the title that is given to you. Then you need to put in your opinion about the topic. Okay, you are with the topic or you are against the topic. Try to keep your point. Just try to support it with some appropriate facts and figures or your opinions. It's short and sweet, and as soon as it's over, please pass on the baton to the group so that they can continue the discussion. Don't pull it too long so that the group discussion will become a solo event, and then gradually the moderator or might be the other participants will start to jump in. So that it's always better that as soon as you put in your point, pass on the baton to the group so that other candidates or participants can take over. Another very important role that you can get into a group discussion is the role of a concluder or a summarizer, as we call. Again, as we say, all's well that ends well. Even though you tried to make multiple entries, even though you goofed up many times and could not make an impact, if you can summarize the group discussion very well, it will all end up very well for you. Okay, as far as summarizer is concerned, please don't put up any new points from your side. Okay, also include the points of the entire group. Just try to summarize all the points that are covered in the group discussion. Don't only include your points or try to highlight your points, because it will not serve the purpose. Okay, again, as I mentioned for the initiator, try to be brief and inclusive. Try to include all the points and ensure that you give a very good summary of the group discussion that you participated. Okay, I hope this short highlights will give you a crux of the discussion that happened on last Saturday. Again, we would be meeting on this Saturday with some topic, important topic, and that is communication skills. Okay, I hope to see you all guys on Saturday. Thank you all.